You meet someone. Maybe it's a message that makes your chest warm. Maybe it's a laugh that fits the shape of your day. You lean in, you show up. Small rituals form. Late night texts, shared playlist, the way names sound when you say them aloud. Then, without warning, silence. No explanation, no fight. Just a slow slide into nothing. You ask yourself every version of why. You replay every word, every laugh, every goodbye that wasn't really a goodbye. This is not about you, at least not always. Sometimes disappearance is a mirror. It reflects something that went dark inside them, and sometimes that darkness is rooted in how they learn to love. Attachment shapes you, the invisible architecture of your first loves. If you grew up with reliable comfort, closeness felt like a harbor. That's secure attachment. But if comfort was unpredictable, inconsistent, or frightening, you learned different rules. One rule: closeness equals risk. Avoidant attachment isn't cruelty. It's a protection plan. It says emotional closeness triggers alarm, not ease. When someone gets close, memories of abandonment, chaos, or engulfment wake up. Your body remembers old storms and assumes the same weather is coming. So you step back. You shut the window. You vanish. Not because the other person isn't lovable, because love looks like a storm to someone who learned to survive drought. Inside them are fears that sound like cut glass, fear of vulnerability, the idea that revealing the real self will be weaponized, fear of rejection, a distant echo of a younger you being dismissed for wanting too much. Overthinking becomes a loop of tiny betrayals. A missed call becomes proof of impending abandonment. A neutral text gets translated into condemnation. Past trauma writes the first draft of every interaction, and feeling unworthy sneaks into quiet moments. I don't deserve this. They'll figure it out. They won't stay. So you do the thing that's paradoxically safe. You disappear first. You decouple before being decoupled. You ghost to avoid being ghosted. Ghosting is rarely a single choice. It's an accumulation of invisible nudges. A small disappointment. A flash of panic. An old tape playing. You stop responding. You rationalize it. I'll come back when I feel safe. But safe doesn't always arrive. Silence snowballs into abandonment. You might wonder, did they stop caring? Or did caring become too much, too close, too loud, too risky? We imagine ghosting as cowardice. Often it is, but it's also defense. A human shrinks from danger that their younger self couldn't survive. That shrinking looks like betrayal to the one left behind. There are other faces to this story. Some people ghost because they can't tolerate conflict. They fear hurting you more than they fear hurting themselves. They tell themselves disappearance is kinder than confrontation. Others are overwhelmed by feeling, love, attachment, expectation. These things can flood like a river. If you don't know how to build a dam, you run. And then there are those who aren't ready. Timing matters. You might meet the right person at the wrong time. Career stress, mental health, grief. Life complicates the capacity to be present. Ghosting can be a misfiring of that overwhelmed system. So what do you do when it happens to you? First, stop personalizing every silence as evidence of your worth. You didn't cause their wiring. You did not create their fear. Second, allow mystery without assuming malice. People are complicated. Some disappear out of self-preservation, not spite. Third, hold your boundaries. Silence can be clarity. If someone ghosts, it tells you something about their capacity to be with you. That knowledge is painful and powerful. It lets you choose differently next time. Forgive where you can, grieve where you must, and close the door when the person stays unsure. Imagine them holding two truths at once. They liked you. They were afraid. They cared and they were terrified of care. Their absence becomes a question for you to carry. Do people ghost because they stopped caring? Or because caring became too scary?